morning, good afternoon, good evening. I find the opposition leaders, their position to be so contradictory. It doesn't make any sense at all. They are the ones who have been conning people to participate in flawed elections, convincing them that they were going to win the elections. They've devised ways of winning rigged elections. And when the elections are rigged, they acknowledge the elections were rigged, and they start complaining, disputing the elections. And yet they take up their gravitran seats, and those who are in government or in a local authority want to give the impression to the ordinary citizens that they are doing an excellent job. The system is working. This is the kind of contradiction that is just nonsense. It's either the system is working or it's not. Why are we trying to give mixed messages out there? The truth of the matter is the system is not working. Zimbabwe's political system is dysfunctional. In this video clip, Mnangagwa was boasting about Zanu PF dominance. Let's just listen to it.
Councillor MDC, councillor MDC, Zulonga Zaka, Kuswa Kwati, Ashaka Snodi, Pasnovia Napo, no Kuti, Anna, Zira Yaki, Zanu PF. Zanu PF, Baba Sem, branch, district, Kanapana councillor, Chemo Zulu, Pascal Main, Zulu Pasta to the branch, the district. Zopinda na councillor na zokui kusakala kazi yabo mkuru wekazi umea wataura kunani umemene ililonga lechi yomsangana wataura kunani minister wa provincial affairs yomsangana zinotana zvinhu zveMDC zvichemo zvavo vanhu zvinoenda kuharvest house kazvobva kwazvoite ndopazvinogumira ndopazvinofira saka ndofana kuzomana mumaruwa mumatownship aiwa zvenyu zvinofira kuharvest house kana nene vanga muchida kuzvisvika kucabinet kuna mugange kwatiri musaisavo kuharvest house moisa nezanu PF ndovanosisa mashuku nokuti vari mugwara rokurongo kutonga sazvitaura kuisizvezvi saka amazangu ndangoti tiudzane iye mukabata mashoko anakataurana zvinazviya asi amuchashani unosika zvitaura ndakuudzai zvina pasana one chemusika kutaura.
Don't have to play it to the end. The message was very clear that Zanu PF is deliberately undermining the opposition to make sure that whatever proposals they make, they go nowhere. I think it is interesting at this point that one should also remark or observe that the rural areas are actually considered to be Zanu PF strongholds. And it is no secret that the rural people are the poorest of the poor. So if these are Zanu PF strongholds, whose petitions or problems have got a direct channel to be taken right up to the top of government, Why is it that they are still poor? The truth of the matter is, Zanu PF, as much as they would want to boast that they've got solution to the country's problems, the truth of the matter is they don't. But to come back to this argument of the opposition, I think it is important that we should acknowledge that our political system has failed. We are stuck with a corrupt, incompetent, and tyrannical Zanu PF regime because we have failed to implement democratic reforms which would stop Zanu PF rigging the elections. This is at the heart of the argument. What we are finding in the opposition is that they've been calling people to participate in flawed elections, knowing fully well that they are flawed, knowing fully well that Zanu PF was rigging those elections, and knowing fully well that by participating, you are giving legitimacy. And yet they've consistently participated out of greed. And what has been annoying then is the way those opposition leaders would want to give the impression to the people that the system is working. This is just total nonsense. Because if the opposition are now saying the failed system is working, they must also accept that in those areas where the opposition have been in power for decades now, the towns and cities across the country, they, the opposition, must take full responsibility for the rot and decay in those cities. They cannot have it both ways. They cannot say in one breath the system is working, and in the next one it is not working. No. If it's working, then you are responsible for the fact that the cities and towns across the country where the opposition have been the dominant local government are your responsibility. I think the opposition are lying. In fact, it is a fact that they are lying. The system itself is failed. We should stop pretending that the system is working when in reality it's not. Here is Mnangagwa insisting that the 2023 elections were free, fair, and credible, contrary to what SADC and the AU had said.
Vana vakatuka Zanu PF kana ini ndonyanyisa kufara kuita zvakanaka. Ukavona vavengi vako vachikurumbidza nekuchikanganisa, ukavona vachiti Zanu PF yakaipa, farai. You are doing correct things for your country. Hongu takaita maelections edu kuna vamwe vaitaura zvisina musoro zvikanzi maelection anafamba zvakanaka ndezvavo.
SADC and the AU condemned Zimbabwe's 2023 elections. And they would have gone one step further and denied the regime political legitimacy, as they did in 2008. They did not do so because Zimbabweans were conned by Chamisa and company to participate in those flawed elections. That is the truth. And having taken up their gravy-trained seats, the same individuals are now trying to give the impression that we've got a functioning political system. This is a dysfunctional political system. And we really need to understand that so that we can move on. Because as long as we keep on having such idiotic coverages praising the regime, as we are showing you on that picture by Change Radio, of opposition councillors claiming awards for performing very well, we will keep on encouraging people to think that the system is working, when in reality it is not. We have got a dysfunctional political system. As much as the opposition would want to perform, they cannot. As I showed you in the first video clip, Zanu PF rigs the elections, and as the dominant party, the party in government, destroys everything. We cannot expect cities and towns to perform and deliver quality services in a country where everything is in varying stages of rot and decay. The economy is not performing. Local government cannot be delivering quality service in which the majority of the people, 90% of our people, are unemployed. They live from hand to mouth on the informal sector. This is the problem. It's a problem with the system. But what the opposition would want us to believe is that we should keep on participating because they are delivering service to us, when in reality they are not. We should stop listening to some of these idiotic coverages of praising the opposition leaders who sold out. We've been participating in flawed elections out of greed. This message must be hammered home. These people are participating in flawed elections, knowing fully well that the process is flawed, knowing fully well that by participating, they're giving the system legitimacy. They are doing it out of greed. And once in office, they would want to give the impression that they are delivering the quality services that the citizens are after. This is a lie. And I think people of Zimbabwe should be smart enough to realize that they're being conned. These people would want you to believe that the country is doing well, and despite Zanu PF rigging the elections, we are doing very well, thank you, when in reality we are not. That quotation I'm showing you at the bottom of the screen was from David Coulthard's book. He is the mayor of Bulawayo. He is the one who is said here that the process is so flawed, so illegal, that the only logical step is to withdraw. He did not withdraw, but participated, and has been participating in these flawed elections out of greed. And the consequence is the ordinary people who are suffering because of failed services. Local council cannot prosper in a country where we've got a dysfunctional government. And these individuals, like David Coulthard, Fadzai Maere, Nelson Chamisa, and all these politicians have been participating in these flawed elections, knowing fully well that the process is flawed, knowing fully well that participating will only give Zanu PF legitimacy. They've soldiered on out of greed. And it's high time the people of Zimbabwe wake up to that reality. Think about it.